James stood staring at his paycheck, eyebrows scrunched. He'd been working tons of overtime at the warehouse, staying late, missing dinner with his family, all to save for a down payment on a new car. Last week, he clocked 15 extra hours. He was sure he'd finally see a fat paycheck. But today, the numbers didn't add up. Instead of celebrating, James felt cheated. He called his buddy Tony and blurted out, "Bro, where's my overtime money? They taxed it like crazy. I thought overtime was tax-free." Tony laughed. "Man, that's what everyone thinks, but it's not true." Tony explained that overtime pay is not tax-free. Look, overtime just means you earn more money, but that extra money gets added to your total income. So it's taxed the same way as your regular pay. There's no special tax just because it's overtime. James still looked confused. Tony pulled out his phone and showed him a simple example. Normally, you make $600 a week. This week, you worked overtime and made an extra $300. So now your paycheck is $900. The government sees $900 and takes out taxes based on that bigger amount, but there's no separate tax called an overtime tax. It's just regular income tax on more money. James rubbed his forehead. "But why does it feel like they're taking more from my overtime?" Tony nodded. "Good question. Sometimes your job holds back more taxes up front because they assume you'll keep making that higher amount every week. They're trying to avoid you owing big taxes at the end of the year. But if they take too much, you'll usually get a tax refund later." James sighed in relief. "So, there's no special overtime tax. It's just my regular taxes, but on a bigger paycheck." Tony smiled. "Exactly. More overtime means more money, and more money means more taxes, but it's all just regular income tax." James laughed and shook his head. "Man, I wish someone taught us this in school." So remember, overtime pay isn't tax-free. It's taxed just like your normal pay. If you work extra hours, keep track of your income. And don't be shocked when Uncle Sam takes a bigger bite. "And hey," Tony added, "at least you're making more money. Congratulations if you made it this far. You didn't just watch, you invested in yourself." Hit subscribe, leave a comment, and let's keep moving beyond the payslip.